Hello. Yes, that's still available to the first. Sleepy afternoon. Why is it a sleepy afternoon, you might ask? Because I just yesterday got done with this 7-day work week. I worked my regular day job from Sunday to Wednesday, including training another new hire this week. She's really cool. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, not only did I do my 2 streams on DDO Stream and Lotro Stream, I also was the digital moot facilitator for Osmoot for Signum University, which by the name Oz, as in Australia, meant that it was running on Sydney time, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, 16 hours difference, which means on the day that started later, I started my work at 8 o'clock and ended at 5 a.m. On Friday, which was their Saturday, I started work at 5 o'clock my time and ended around 2 a.m. And then on Saturday, yesterday, I started at 4 o'clock. No, I started at 4 o'clock on Friday and started at 5 yesterday and went till 2. Osmond was a lovely, lovely time. It was great listening to all the Aussie accents. I have to say, I love Aussie accents. I love Aussie accents, Scottish accents, proper British accents. And we were having a little discussion about accents and sort of words like, I didn't know that Canberra, I would have called it Canberra, because there's an E in the middle of that, Canberra. But the Australians like to basically slur, as Julian Barr, one of the amazing Australian preceptors we have for Signum University, was saying that you have to slur many of your words as if you're a sailor drunk on your 8th round of rum. And I'm like, that sounds about right. And it was a wonderful time. I'm not complaining about how, and honestly, it wasn't work, but and it wasn't too difficult for me to stay up that late. Though the 5 a.m. one Thursday night into Saturday was a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie. My normal preference is to honestly get up around noon and stay up till 3-4 in the morning. That would be what I would do if I didn't have a job. Unfortunately, I have a job, so whatever. So today, actually, normally I would be at work. But much like last year's Osmoot, I was very wise and took the Sunday off. And I did not set an alarm. So once Osmoot was over, and I goofed off online for a little bit afterwards, I finally went to bed around 4 in the morning. And didn't set an alarm. I woke up at like 1:15 in the afternoon. So I've only been awake about a couple of hours. Oh my god, my nose. I'm not sick. I just feel like I haven't woke up yet. I do have caffeine, and we're gonna play some Lotro because I need a red pony. So let's go do the thing. So we're gonna play my Bjorning for a while. She's currently 143. And basically, I need to play catch up on the LI reward track, because here's the thing: is I've been playing DDO's Hardcore League for most of the past 2 months. A week and a half ago, I finally finished my Hardcore League goals. You were all here for this, or you should have been. Caffeine, drink of the gods. And since then, I've been kind of like, well, what the hell do I do now? Alright. Man, Zolrid was around last night when I was running these. Alright. Yay. Didn't even care about that. Oh. Seal tracery, don't worry about that. Specialty. Alright. Go with the enhancement runes. Always go with the enhancement runes. There we go. An enhancement rune I can't. Well, I can use it, but I'm not going to. So this character is my Bjorning. Who had a lot of, ran a lot of missions with her last night. We're gonna do that again today. We're gonna run all the missions I have access to. I do need to unlock the missions for, let's see, what time do we have? I do need to unlock the missions for Gundabad, so I'm probably going to wait until this timer expires before I go do that. But there's plenty of missions for me to do. So we're just going to get into it, because I'm on a schedule. Alright. I figured I might as well do the ones I like the least first.
Megavanen.
Megavanen. Yes, thank you. It's like, why aren't you a bear? You should be a bear. Honestly, I don't like bear form. I don't like being in bear form. But I understand, of course, that you have to be in bear form to do your best damage. On the other hand, you can't actually do these things if you're in bear form. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Alright, got them all, but yeah, I always have to go back to bear form to do anything fun. So, I mean, mostly for missions, for the most part, I'll just basically run the whole thing in human form. Just it's such a pain in the ass to keep going back and forth, honestly. With the way I play, because I have the two buttons, like, right here. And I could hit Alt, like, I could do Alt 2, or Alt 1 and go to bear form. See? Alt 1 and then Alt 2, I could go back to human form. But it's a little clunky, and I have to get better practice in it. Still feeling a little bit of that morning crud. I had a sausage, egg, and sausage and egg biscuit or croissant for breakfast, which is very nice. And by breakfast, I literally mean the meal that I broke my fast with. And apparently it's going to be breakfast food all day long, because my plans for supper tonight will involve bacon and egg sandwiches, bacon and egg on toast, and that's going to be nice. It means my house is going to smell like bacon for 3 days. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, I killed a bunch of people. So once this character hits level cap, this is the one that I was running on stream on the official on Friday, doing doing chapter 1 of King's Gondor. And I might get back to that, but while I'm grinding the LI reward track, I really need to focus on things that will more quickly um, get progress on the reward track. And here's where let's show you where I am right now. And I wish there was the button that you can click, like you could put something in the UI right here that you could automatically go to whichever one you're at instead of doing this. I'm currently at 58. Just by doing the missions for Trestle Bridge yesterday, and Erebor and oh shit, Anakorfu. So basically, the 3 OG sets of missions got me 5 levels. I actually started at 50. I was working on 53. I was 52 going into 53, and now I'm 58 working on 59. So in essence, I earned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things yesterday. And that was just by lazing around for a couple of hours. Not really even, being hardcore about it. So I figure if I do my 3 hours now, and then later on tonight, I know at least both Joshes will be streaming today. Josh Keaton and Josh Allen. Not Josh Allen, the football player. Josh Allen, a.k.a. Devilor. And Josh Keaton, a.k.a. Anduin Wren and Shiro from Voltron and the Spectacular Spider-Man. Very, very privileged to get to help him moderate his channel. Hang on, let's get these back here. I think what I'll do after I do the Trestle Bridge ones is I'm probably gonna go do the ones in Rivendell. I don't think I really do those a lot. In fact, I keep forgetting them that, oh hey, these are missions I can do. Because I've already done the part of the weekly. I think I've done the 45 mission weekly. Okay, we've got those. We just need the bombs. And I do know later in the evening, both Joshes will be streaming, and maybe Thad will stream. And I like to watch Thad. He's fun to watch. But one of the things I'm finding interesting is the fact that my current play character on DDO, on my regular server, not my main, but the character that I've been playing most recently, is a blade, or not even, goddamn, why do I almost keep saying Blade Forge? She's a Dragonborn paladin, and she wields a two-handed sword, a great sword. And so there's a lot of the swinging your mighty two-handed weapon around you. And so I keep catching myself from doing a lot of the muscle memory that I've had. Because I haven't played this character in forever. A lot of muscle memory that I have of playing that other character. And I'm fascinated by a lot of the similarities between playing a paladin in DDO and playing a Bjorning. Though to be fair, DDO has a Druid class that's probably more Bjorning, because you can be a bear, you can be a dire bear, you can be a wolf. I mean, it's a skin changing class, but you can also be like a caster Druid who uses nature spells, and apparently cold Druid, a Druid who's is choosing water based. I really hate when she does that. Water-based spells as their focus is they can become very, very powerful. So I'm thinking about doing a cold druid as my next life on my main. All right, and now because Now because I'm running on a timer that's not fresh, I'm just gonna, turn them in when I do them. That way I can just get the XP right away. I do have a small stack of XP boosters I can use. But once the one that I'm using right now expires, I will just do the missions and just stop. Basically, I'll stop turning them in until I, collect a whole pile of them, and then I will pop the booster and then go from there. Would you stop walking away, Rod? This is also one reason why I don't like the Trestle Bridge when she keeps walking away. Alright. Where are the baddies? Waiting for Guardsman Otley to get here. There he is. So this character, actually Scamper, that was her original name. One thing is I named a cat after Scamper. That's how long I've had this character. Scamper is the only other kitty in a long time who's been on the stream. I think you, a long time ago, you may have seen Mew, Thief Kitty's mama, or Imp Thief Kitty's dad. That would have been a long time ago. I might not have been streaming back then. But Scamper is the most friendly and outgoing of the family of cats that I rescued off my back porch. Scamper was a kitten at the time, as were her siblings. I like to think of her as Batgirl, because her markings are basically a black cowl, so her ears are black, her entire face, and the black ends at like her nose. So her chin and her bit of her cheeks are white fur. The rest of her is all black. Well, not the rest of her, but you know what I've forgotten to do? I forgot to turn on my buff. That's how long it's been since I played this character. It's also been so long that I keep forgetting that, yes, I can pull with my bow as a Bjorning. So, I mean, I could work on leveling a bit more, and also a bit of, I could do questing in King's Gondor. The thing is, quite frankly, I will level more quickly, and I will get more results on the LI reward track by running missions, because they're quicker. It's just, it is what it is. Alright, you are... You've done the thing! So it's been an interesting week for Lotro. People are still figuring out what it means on the roadmap for the year. I have a lot of questions, especially about the stuff that's coming later this year. And I have the same questions, I guess. Maybe some different ones. But in general terms, we all have questions that need answers. Let's go deal with caught fast and its problems. Oh, looks like I'm not done with the weekly. I still have 45. 15 more to go. Pick up the summoning horn. Oh no. And see, requires human form. So this one, it's best to just do it in human form the whole time because you're gonna need it to open up all the freaking chests or the cages and shit. Also, one of the other fun things I got to do yesterday is, if you aren't aware, Cordovan, our community manager, got invited to an esports tournament to compete for this game called Avian Knights. Avian Knights is basically described as Joust on steroids, which I think, I mean, it's not exactly the same as Joust, but the same basic concept of you're on a bird, you're flying around, you have a lance and other weapons, and you're trying to knock out other enemies and blah, blah, blah. And it's something of a big deal in certain places. And so there's this company in Utah called Allen One Gaming. Yes, it is a reference to Tron. Their logos are references to Tron. And Allen One, of course, if you're not familiar with the lore of Tron or the details of Tron, Allen One was the username, the account name of Bruce Boxleitner's character, Alan, who was the creator of Tron, the program Tron, also played by Bruce Boxleitner. I've met that man. He's pretty cool. Pretty chill. He likes westerns a lot. Doesn't really go into politics, which is nice. And he's definitely one of those folks that's like, yeah, I was in this movie and it really did a lot for my career. I love this role. I love this movie. I love everything about it. And he's really cool. But the company, Allen One Gaming, has no ties to anybody or anything official. So I don't know. I'm not sure how they get away with. Well, I guess it's probably because Disney doesn't have the name Allen One copyrighted or trademarked or whatever. So I think they definitely skirt the law on that one because they're using obviously something inspired by a Disney property. And to be fair, I'm streaming to you on a channel with the name of Druids Fire, which is a clear reference. Well, it's maybe not quite. It's not quite as clear if you don't know, but it's a reference to the Terry Brooks Shannara books. But if you don't know the reference, but Allen One and the logos and the fact that they own a place called Flynn's Retrocade, and they use a lot of the same logos, and basically they skirt the, I guess they skirt, but it's basically this dentist in Utah who really likes retro video game and has like this whole small aircraft hangar full of arcade cabinets. And so what they did is these folks also make their they made their own cabinets for this game Avian Knights with controllers, the joysticks and the buttons and whatever, and they fabricate their own stuff to some extent and have like an artist on staff who makes all their art. So what they did is they did this esports tournament for this game Avian Knights. And the Avian Knights community is small but mighty. And so, everybody pretty much knows everybody else. A lot of respect and, so people kind of already knew how, all the competitors would stack up. But there's basically different game modes. There's like a PvP mode that one person was really good at. There's other folks who are better at doing a certain, one game mode. This guy's better. But Cordovan, going into the tournament, was ranked number 2 in the world for this game. Number 2 in the world, which, to be fair, it's a pretty small pond, but that's still an achievement. Definitely solid achievement there. And so, going into it, you know, they basically flew all 8 competitors out to Utah. I think one was local, so they saved money on that poor guy. And they did a whole tournament. Like, they had their on-staff artists make gamer cards for them and, like, custom art for of each competitor. Like in a typical esports pose, like Cordovan has him going like this. You know, looking at the camera. Under his gamer name of Mock Duck. So if you ever see Mock Duck in my chat, that's Cordovan. 'Cause he's cool. And so what was really cool is because they were streaming this tournament on their YouTube channel and on their Twitch channel, we all got to watch. And there was some real nail biters in that. I'm not gonna lie. There was some really interesting, you know, gamer esports drama. Not drama like in a bad thing, but like the actual stories that, oh my god, this guy did a really good play, or oh my god, that was bad luck, and blah blah blah. And when all was said and done, our boy Cordovan came home with 2nd place. And this was a cash tournament, and with a $10,000 grand prize, 2nd place took home $5,000. And I, as I said in Twitch chat, I was like, yeah, that's gonna buy a lot of Atari cards. So, our boy Cordovan did himself proud. But what I think was really fun is not only I was there because, you know, I'm a dork and he's my friend and I like to support my friend, but like his brother was there, his son showed up for a bit, and a couple of other folks. So he definitely had the biggest fan group in chat. So it was a lot of fun, and I think he was the only one of the actual players who joined in on the Twitch chat themselves in between matches. And so it looked like it was a hell of a lot of fun. You could hear the arcade going on behind them. And they have a lot of really cool cabinets according to the photos I saw on his Facebook. My favorite, the one I really would have wanted, if I ever was to get a console or an arcade cabinet for my house, it would probably be the OG Star Wars cockpit, which is, of course, probably one of the more expensive ones, I imagine. What deed did I complete? I can't tell anymore. It's okay. Let's call What's-Her-Face, and then let's go play with the spooters. Let's go play with the spooters. I used to get lost in this one all the time, but now I don't get lost quite as much anymore. You always have to follow the rule of picking one direction and sticking with it. Eventually, you'll get where you need to go. Now, this one I could just do full in bear form because I can open those in bear form. Or I could destroy them in bear form. I think I can. Let's find out. I lied. It requires human form, which I really, really hate. But then again, I don't really need bear form to fight these. Not even these. Just takes a little bit longer to kill things, that's all. Right. Okay. So the goal here is to get to level 100 in the reward track. And I'm going to get me a red pony. I'm going to get the pony on my main. And the other thing about it is there are now 16 days to get this done. So basically 16 days to get 42 levels in the track. So if you do the math, which my brain is so mush, so 42 divided by 16, that cannot be right. $2.62. 3 levels a day for 16 days. Does that sound right? But honestly, what I would prefer to do is get more levels sooner so I can end sooner and get back to other things. So we're going to grind this as much as I can. So again, always take it. So pick a direction, left or right, and I'm just going to pick the right direction. And so once I get to the middle, I will then pick left for everything. Or once I get done, yeah, because I have to get the other brood mother. By the time I get to her, I should probably have all of the nests dead. Alright, so I believe my next right turn is going to take me down to the brood mother. Get them all, like Pokemon! Well... Come on, Alt 2. There we go. Trying to use the Alt key, because I have an Alt key on my, here it is. The big lady, the other big lady. I use a Razor Tartarus to get stuff done. And it has a hardwired, well, it's not hardwired, but it's a permanent separate button that is by default set to be the Alt key. Right next to the thumbstick. So as long as I'm, well, I just need to kill her and get out. Okay. Easy peasy. Okay, maybe we should get some friends going on here. There we go. Let's get out of here. And the benefit is I can use Wanderlust inside. So we can zoom me out. Okay, that's the left turn that takes us out. This is the left. We just, yeah, so basically I didn't go left and then go left again. I just knew that this was the way back to this one. And then our reward is up here. Hooray. Just need to wait for what's her face to catch up in speedy mode. Alright. So I've been not really playing a lot of other things. Probably the other thing I'm going to start playing, well, I have been playing a little bit more World of Warcraft again. Because we're getting to the point, should do this, perks. I have a perk waiting. Durr. Druid, you are a dummy sometimes. So WoW is currently in season 3, and sometime in the spring and probably like March, season 3 will turn into season 4. And what I want is to get one PvP armor set for season 3, and that is the Death Knight. Because that's the only one that has like the blue and silver designs on the. I'm just gonna do this. Rawr, fasty. Let's go fast. Must go fast. Come on, come on. Let's go faster. Must go faster. I forget if these will require me to be inhuman or bear. We'll find out. The mine carts and the mining supplies. So the really interesting armor sets they have for season 3 for PvP. The only one I really want is the DK one, and that one requires me. I don't have to do raid. It's not the elite one that will no longer be available ever again, which is what they had in season 2, which is a pain in the ass. But the one that I want for the Death Knight is basically. I just have to PvP like in non-rated, though I will get better. I'll finish the set more quickly if I get to the point where I can do rated PvP. And I need to go find out if I can do rated PvP here pretty soon. Because it's the Conquest set. So, if you're not familiar with WoW PvP, is as you PvP, you start earning honor. One currency named honor, and then one currency named conquest. So honor lets you buy the starter PvP set. And you do want to use PvP gear versus regular raid gear, because there are special bonuses on it that are better suited for PvP. And one of the other cool things is PvP armor also increases to a certain eye level while in PvP. And it's like significantly higher than your eye level for non-PvP. So there's the honor set that you can buy. At least basically it's like your beginning PvP set, but you really want to earn conquest, which you earn by winning. So anybody earns honor when they play PvP, whether they win or lose. But you have to win in order to get conquest, basically. I mean, there's a couple things you can do to earn conquest without so-called winning. Like, there's a few, like, daily or weekly quests you can do to pick up. It's like, hey, do these things. Hey, I've done dinged. How about that? And so now I'm 144. That's nice. If I make it to 146, then I won't. I could just go back and blaze through the epic story. Yeah. But the appearance I want is from the Conquest set, which is the better PvP set. And you earn Conquest currency to buy pieces of Conquest gear. And so I've been working on that. It's pretty easy, honestly, to earn enough honor to get the full set. It might take you like it took me about a week to get it done, honestly. A week to get enough honor to buy the basic honor set. Then it takes longer to earn conquest, because you also have to win. And then winning isn't necessarily based on which faction you're on. You know, I missed the other overseer, but he's in the other one. Oh god, bees. So I have a few pieces of conquest gear, and I have I think most or all of the set of honor gear now. I think I might be missing the jewelry, but I'm not fussing about the jewelry quite so much. Because again, I'm going for the appearance. But because honestly, me having the best of the best PvP gear isn't going to help me. Because PvP in WoW is pretty much, you don't 1v1 anybody. It's not, you don't earn it by 1v1. You are going to earn it by doing epic battlegrounds. They're doing a thing called Battleground Blitz right now. But of course, doing a rated or, you know, the higher tier PvP, which you have to have a certain eye level in order to complete it to start with. I don't know where she ran off to. Oh, she'll respawn here in a minute. Or I'll just resummon her again. Loshar Hobbit, you're also in game too? Hi! How you doing? What's going on? So I've been droning on and on about WoW PvP, because that's the other thing that I've been doing that's on a time-limited thing. And so that's really what I've been doing for gaming of late, is I'm doing something that's got a time-limited cadence to it. It's like, well, I have to do this now, because if I don't do it now, like, the FOMO is real, not gonna lie. And so for that one PvP set, it may become available in Season 4. Because Season 4 in Dragonflight is a thing where Blizzard put out polls for the players like, hey, which of the 3 previous seasons stuff would you like to see be part of Season 4? Because Season 4 is a little bit weird. And while the DK set that I've been eyeballing is the one that won the poll, I can't guarantee, or I wouldn't assume that it's going to be the one that I'll still be able to get in Season 4, so I'm just going to get it now. It's the same as the hardcore thing in, in DDO is like, well, it was a good decision to actually go back and, to decide, you know what, I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to put the work in to get this done, which is what I did. So I got my pony in DDO, and now I'm aiming for the LI Reward Track pony here in Lotro. And I also want to get some mounts or some ponies in WoW, because I just noticed I am like 6 mounts away from getting the 300 mount collected achievement, and I need to go take a look at that. Probably later this evening I'll take a look and see what I can do. You'll fight to the bitter end! You will ya? Okay, you do that. You have fought to your bitter end. And Wildermore. Wildermore is a lot of fun. I do have to say it's also one of the more frustrating places to have to ride through. To get from anywhere from point A to point B in the Balewood. Yeah, not much. And in, the mountains behind the Balewood. But it's also the scene. Honestly, I think more people should do the entire Wildermore story and not just the epic, because the whole Throom thing is a lot of fun and a lot of really good meaty stuff. And doing the whole Nurzum storyline. Because if you're just doing the epic, you're not really dealing with much of that. There's so much more to that story that you're missing by just doing the epic and running to your next thing. Alright, let's return to the small cabin near the East Delph. But there's a lot to look forward to in the next WoW expansion, The War Within. And actually they just added a new thing I really want to take a spin in. Is I really want to see how these follower dungeons work. I also want to see... I mean, there's so much that's coming that... Okay. I'm concerned about World of Warcraft right now. I ranted. Well, yeah, it was a rant. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it was a rant on my Lotro stream on the official, which it's a good thing Cordovan was away. He'd probably yell at me. um, is Microsoft laid off 1,900 people on Thursday. 1,900 fucking people, and I can actually rant because I'm on my own channel, but Mike Ybarra needs to yeet himself into the sun, the former president of Blizzard, because he's so clearly out of touch. He liked to act like he was one of us. He played the game. He streamed the game, and he had like this whole fan base of people who like, oh man, Mike, he's so cool. He's not an exec or whatever. And on his Twitter, he posted, today's my last day at the company, blah, blah, blah. Very, very sanitized, very, very polite. On his LinkedIn, however, he posted some of that same stuff. But then he added, I'm going to spend time with my family and travel the world. Like, this motherfucker he had to have some hand in the layoff and choosing who got laid off. And dude has probably got a golden parachute. And some of the people a considerable number of the people he laid off are now worried about getting yeeted out of the country because their visas will expire without a job, or not knowing where they're going to get their next paycheck because, the gaming industry has been decimated by, 11,000 layoffs last year, and now they're at 5,900, and it's only the last week of January. What the fuck? And so where these people are going to go, like Standing Stone doesn't have room for anybody. They just hired 2 people. Okay, one got promoted and then they backfilled their position. That's actually what happened. So, unless Standing Stone put a job up on their website over the weekend, they have no openings. However, even so, one Standing Stone developer, Bob Hess, aka No Bob, aka the most amazing dude, also known as the dude who showed me where the best tacos the best burritos are in Boston. He took like a few of us. His friend Martini. I'm sorry. She goes by Gothy Songs now. I think that's her Twitch handle, but she used to be known as Martini. I got invited along and we went to this taqueria in Boston, and it was the most amazing burritos ever. It's good times. Good fun. And even he was like, hey, he didn't say we don't have anything here because, at the time they didn't. But he's like, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. So even the fact that it didn't affect him in the slightest, he was still willing to, try to help people out within what he could do, right? So Bob's is a solid dude. Also, Bob was the creator of the most adorable dungeon in DDO called Catastrophe. It's about what happens when a cat is transformed into a dragon. It's the most adorable quest. I should actually stream it again. I have streamed it, but I don't honestly remember if I did it here or if I did it on DDO stream. But it's an adorable little quest. And Cordovan is the DM voice actor for it, which is also, I think they need to adjust his volume. But it's now the second quest in DDO that Cordovan has voiced for, which is pretty cool. But then again, you know what? They should hire him to do more because he's a radio dude. It works. Come here, you ruffian robber. And they did a whole video series on DDO stream about how they made that dungeon. So if you're very interested on how DDO makes dungeons, and you can kind of take a look at some of their tools that they use for it. And while Lotro isn't the same development-wise as DDO, a lot of the tools are the same. So if you wanted to see World Builder, which one time I was privileged to visit the studio, and Vastin turned on World Builder and had his character on Weathertop. And when you turn on World Builder, if you're in their World Builder tool, and you look at all the really wacky, like all the logic tools that they need for that particular area. Like, okay, this thing triggers this other thing, goes that, it looked like somebody threw spaghetti at the wall. It really looked like spaghetti. I'm like, wow, that was a really bad place for LMB to decide to hold weather stock. Holy shit, there's way too much shit going on here. But I'm concerned. So to go back to where I was headed with this originally, you know, this is me, stream of consciousness stream as usual. So fuck Mike Ybarra, because he's not a bro. He's not a gamer. He's an exec, and he acts like an exec. He talks like an exec. So I don't actually think he meant any harm by what he was saying. I don't think he was necessarily gloating about the fact that he's going to go, you know, travel the world. And, you know, it's just super tone deaf. And there's still people defend him. Like, that looks like a normal, I'm leaving my job sort of message. Like, bro, if you're laying off 1,900 people or, you know, being a part of a 1,900 person layoff, you don't go brag about how you're going to go travel the world. You're just basically proving that you don't know, you don't have any empathy for your employees. And even one of my direct friends, not like somebody that I just happen to know passingly, is like, oh yeah, I talked to that guy at a BlizzCon once. Now, somebody I actually rolled dice with. Like, I used to play D&D with this guy for a while. He was on the Diablo team on PR and communications, and they laid him off. This sucks. So if anybody wants to hire Alan Ortega, please do. He's a solid bro. Especially if you really want to hear a diverse voice, because he's part of the LGBT community. All right. This one's fun. I like this one. This one's quick and easy. Let's go. All right. We have 4 minutes. We can get this done in 4 minutes. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The next one, not so much. So, again, Mike Ybarra. Whatever. Fuck that guy. However, the one that kind of tripped me up a little bit, I got a little bit tilted about this, is there's a lady by the name of Holly Longdale. And I think her current role is she's like, I don't know, maybe she'll be the new president of Blizzard. Who knows? I don't know if she's that high up the totem pole, but she's basically pretty much in charge of World of Warcraft right now. She tweeted something about, you know, obviously you're going to have to do a little bit of, you know, damage control and a little bit of PR speak about how you're going, you know, our teams can still do what we plan to do in our roadmap, blah, blah, blah. And I understand that she had to say something like that. And I also love her to bits and bits and bits. I always had good, you know, good interactions with her. She actually invited me to go visit Daybreak. One year I was going to SoCal to go to a concert. And because I was going down there, I was like, hey, can I come visit Daybreak? And she's like, yeah, sure, come on over. I'm like, wait, what? I don't remember this song. But that was like in 2016, 2017, 2018, something like that. It was a long time ago. I want to say it's 2016, but that was the year I went to the Bay Area to a wedding instead. So I know that was 2016 for sure. But anyhow. I didn't get to go to Daybreak. Only because I got stuck in a blizzard in Denver airport. And in order to make the concert that I wanted to go to at the Hollywood Bowl, I had to give up the side trip to San Diego. That was very sad. However, she used to be in charge of EverQuest after Dave Georgian fucked off. And after Dave Georgian got laid off, okay, so back in the day, Sony Online Entertainment, as run by John Smedley, ran EverQuest. They made EverQuest. They made a whole bunch of other games. They also ran Star Wars Galaxies for quite some time. And when SOE was sold to God only knows who, there's a whole story involving Russian oligarchs and a lot of mystery and dust throwing up in the sky, whatever. The ultimate thing that happened here was John Smedley told Dave Georgeson, pick half the company to lay off, and then we'll keep the rest. At the time, they had two big projects going. One was called EverQuest Next, and its spin-off, the building game, Landmark. Both of these games were amazing. The community was amazing. I'm still in touch with them. That was 10 fucking years ago. It was 10 years ago, that Landmark. Okay. So what happened was, when they laid off half the company and SOE became Daybreak, there was this live stream to basically assure the community that they weren't going to screw things up, and that they were still going to keep doing things. They're still going to make the games, full speed ahead, sort of thing. Holly was at that table, was at that live stream, when they swore up and down, left, right, and center that, hey, we know that we're having a rough time right now. We know we had to let a whole bunch of people go. My friend Emily was one of the people who thankfully got out before that happened. But we're still going to do these games. We're still forging ahead. Everything's okay. We can still do this. And we were already skeptical. Like, how are you going to make these two massively, amazingly cool games properly? You were struggling with it now, and you only have half the people to do it now. We don't believe you. So fast forward almost 10 years to last week, when Holly tweeted pretty much the same damn thing. And I tweeted back, I replied, I didn't even reply to her because I didn't want to tag her. I think she does follow me on social, but she may not anymore. I don't know. I said, I love you, Holly, but I was there. I watched that live stream from the Daybreak headquarters at the time. So why is this relevant? Because EverQuest Next was canceled not long afterwards, and Landmark barely made it like a month and a half past launch before they shut that down too. Now, one might argue Blizzard is too big to fail, and I say no, Blizzard is way 1,000% not too big to fail. Their current plans, their BlizzCon plans, that they announced by Chris Metzen. I love Chris Metzen. Solid dude, but again, we'll see. We'll totally see. And honestly, I don't want Chris Metzen to become the new president of Blizzard. And the reason I don't want him to become the new president of Blizzard is because once you become an exec, you lose sight of the creativity side of the business. And as much as I love Severlin, he's an awesome exec. He's an awesome engineer. He's an amazing creative personality. I've read the novel he and his brother wrote. It's actually really good. I would rather talk to Orion on a Lotro dev stream. I would rather talk to Tolero on a DDO dev stream. Because Severlin is an exec. He's an amazing exec. If you actually knew what he did for MVP, former player in our community who then became Lotro QA. and is now doing something else for Locho, which I'm very excited about. I don't know anything about it, but I do know that MVP is no longer in just QA. MVP is doing something cool. But Severlin doesn't really have deep insight anymore into the player experience. I don't think he was ever a Locho player either. He doesn't really understand Locho. He came from Ashran's Call. Now, if they still had Ashran's Call, he would be all up in everybody's business. I think the one exec at a big-time game company, and for the purposes of this discussion, Locho counts as a big-time game versus, say, a game that's made by two people. You know, like a proper indie developer made by, you know, one, like Lethal Company being made by one dude in his basement or whatever. But the one exec that I know who plays his games more than the actual players because he's so stoked about it, so knowledgeable about the game because he plays it. How does this guy even does any work as an exec? I have no idea. Keith Koenig, the guy in charge of Star Wars The Old Republic. We like to call him Papa or Uncle Keith. That man's amazing. Very, very nice guy. I've met him a few times at the Star Wars cantinas they've had in the BioWare days. And knowing that he was going to remain in charge of the SWTOR project when they transitioned over to Broadsword, I'm like, yeah, SWTOR is going to be around for a while because Keith is such a fanboy for that game. He is so knowledgeable, and he plays that game more than anybody else. Like, that dude would play that game more often than, like, the average 2-3 other players. And he was always a sweetheart every time I got to meet him. So, yeah, he earned Papa Keith. And he loved his game. He loved his team. But there aren't many execs like that because you don't have time to be an exec and to be that deep into your game. It's just not possible. And I think that's probably the only failing that Severlin has. I mean, I have personally witnessed Severlin working on code for DDO once. One time that I was visiting the office. He was working on actual... Because he was an engineer. He was a systems engineer back in the day. So, you know, being the exec in front of people is not really a strong suit. Though, to be fair, I am understanding that he runs a really... Like, he's a longtime D&D nerd. Not surprising nobody, I guess. So, you get him talking about D&D, and, well, you might as well get comfy, because it's going to be a while. He's going to keep going. But... And he also runs a big LARP group in Massachusetts called Magical. And I think at least a few Locho and DDO devs, like Standing Stone devs, are actually in that group. So that's why Standing Stone is more like a small family than anything else. Again, the Locho and the Standing Stone dev team are really, really cool. But as I expressed on my Locho stream, I am still... I don't think Standing Stone is immune to the craziness going on in the industry right now. And the main reason that is while Standing Stone as a unit seems pretty good, I mean, they literally can't afford any layoffs if such a thing were ever to happen. But I could see the situation where maybe, not even a Daybreak thing, but, you know, again, out of touch execs looking to, you know, make the shareholders happy is like the Enod Global 7 shareholders. So I'll have to keep those people happy. And my friend Devilor actually explained it very interestingly. He has a show now that he unfortunately got laid off from his job at Wonderstorm. Speaking of people in the gaming industry who got laid off. He is self-admittedly not an industry analyst, like, of any super depth, but he just keeps an eye on things. And he used to be a community manager at Blizzard. And he did some time leading a team at TikTok, and eventually went to Wonderstorm. He probably should have stayed at TikTok. I want to show you. But he is back to full-time content creation. He has a show called Sounds Good Makes Sense. And he was talking about a lot of the basic ideas about, you know, how we find it very grotesque when, on the one hand, a game company is laying off, you know, a bunch of people, and then in the same discussion mentioning how, you know, they also have record profits. It's like, well, how the fuck do you have record profits but you're laying off like a whole bunch of your staff? Well, that's one of the ways they have record profits, is they lay off a bunch of people. And we're all like, well, why don't they cut $1 million or $2 million off of off an exec's big ass multi-million-dollar bonus or whatever, or golden parachutes? And it's like, well, that's not how things work. And it's like, well, why can they say that record profits aren't good enough and they can't retain people, so they have to lay people off despite having record profits? And the thing that I understand about, you know, the takeaway that he gave in that was that it's not that they had record profits, not that they, you know, that they had, it's not that they made like $9 million, just pulling a number out of thin air. Not that they had a $9 million, you know, profit last year, and this year they have a $10 million profit. It's the fact that the percentage of they're not concerned about the actual hard number of what their profit might be. They might make more money this year than they made last year, but if their profit margin doesn't grow, like if they make less of a growth this year than they made last year, then, so instead of making, they don't want to make more money year to year. They want to make that too. But what they want is, they don't want to just make more actual money. They don't want to make $9 million one year and make $10 million next year. And they don't call that good enough, because what they're looking for is company growth from 9% one year to 10% next year. The growth isn't keeping pace. The growth isn't, like, if they made more money but they made no growth, then that's not good enough. And then they start cutting things, and what do they cut? The things they need to least, they can least afford to cut, actually. And so right now, people are pretty much expecting this trend will continue. Guarendis has been here for a deck of cards, 52 months. Guarendis, in the middle of my discussion and rant about the gaming industry. And this is not just the gaming industry. This is also, a lot of this is also how businesses operate in general. Capitalism, fuck capitalism. It's not that we don't want people to make money. It's just like, it's grotesque to have some exec who fail. Here's the thing that really messes with my head. And I understand that when executives sign a contract with a company, that contract is going to, part of their terms and what they negotiate for is a golden parachute. That no matter what happens, if they leave or they get fired or whatever, they get X amount of millions of dollars. And I think the golden parachutes need to go away, but they're never going to go away unless they're forced to. And so that's why Bobby Kotick, having left Blizzard, left the CEO-ship of Activision Blizzard, got $15 million, even though from our perspective, he was the shittiest CEO they ever had, because he was scum. Let's just put it that way. The dude was scum. And all the sexual harassment and all that other horrible behaviors at Blizzard and other Blizzard or Activision Blizzard companies, Activision Blizzard King, happened under his watch. The real paradigm shift that needs to happen is A, get rid of golden parachutes if the company is failing in some fashion. If you have to lay people off in order to protect your profit margins, then those leaders have failed and should not be allowed to keep their golden parachutes. If C-suite executives had to deal with the same sort of, lack of bonuses, benefits, and severances if you do badly, if you do poor in job performance, you shouldn't be getting millions of dollars. All right, we want to go for the captain. Captain, oh my captain. Let's become a bear. Let's do this, and then do this. There we go. Shields go away. Shields down. Except the captain is still alive. Oh, there are two captains. That would be why. Irony. Everybody except the captain. That works. So I think if they should have a case where if the company is doing, I think it's like, and there was like a big story about how Satoru Iwata, I think Iwata-san from Nintendo took a massive pay cut for a certain period of time instead of laying people off. I mean, that's a nice feel-good story. There's also the acknowledgement of the reality that in Japan it's illegal to lay people off unless the company is literally facing bankruptcy. So, yeah, there's the whole, Iwata taking a pay cut to prevent layoffs to keep the company solvent and whatnot. And I like to think that there is a little bit of, the company leader who cared more about his employees than about his personal profit margin. Okay, again, we want the captain. Because the captain is the dude what is given everybody their shield, so they're tougher to beat. I guess he's alive. Of course, that's not the only round we're gonna get here. Hey, stop that. Leave her alone. Ah, bear butt. Must face her. I'm facing her. So yeah, there's like a whole thing about, yeah, Iwata did take a pay cut, but he was kind of required to. On the other hand, I like to think that, just the way they act is, in other the statements that you hear from Iwata is that he's clearly, while he was a businessman, he also cared about his employees. He wanted employees to have reasonable, health, mental health, and, to basically do good work. So it was definitely a belief that you don't work people to death, like no crunch bad, and that they plan their releases so that they don't have to do crunch. That's one thing I'd appreciate about Standing Stone, is Standing Stone is a no crunch studio for the most part. Now, I do know certain employees will put in more work on the weekends out of sheer enthusiasm sometimes because they're really stoked about what they're doing. But in general terms, they don't, they would rather delay things than make the employees do crunch. And crunch is, we're not talking about putting in a few extra hours right before a release or something like that. We're talking actual crunch that you would hear about in the industry is where the developers are working 6, maybe 7 days a week for months on end. All right, Captain, my captain, it's time for you to go downtown. Alright, the cat standing there with his gamer pose. Where'd that cut through go? Get back here. They launched a counterattack! There's no captain in them, so those will be easy peasy. Let's just get out of the big red square. Where are you? Get you. Your turn. Come here. Alright. Kill him! How you doing, kill him? I'm a bear. You missed all the ranting. I did ranting. I did some ranting. Okay, I am not going to turn this quest in. Because my XP timer is done, so... I will do the last one here. Trouble on the Brandywine. This is a fun little quest. I remember one time that I actually died in this quest and then got rezzed in this quest. It was actually really funny. I was on my Warden at the time. And I'm bad at playing Warden. 1000% bad at playing Warden. Because the the system in this country that your artistic SO had to take down the fan poster from a site, but tech bros can scrape his art for the AI and no one does anything. Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous.
What do you need?
Let's just be a bear for the next 7 minutes. 8 minutes. So I died in this quest on my Warden. And just basically had like a whole... Like the mobs kept spawning. And just kept spawning. And that's pretty much... I got overwhelmed and that's how I died. We're on Gladden. Friend lost a kin member and their kin leader within 6 weeks. Oh, man. Hey, Poteen. Is that the one that I'm aware of? That somebody was posting, Mazewen was posting recently? May as well. Might have been. How's it going today? Oh, you just missed me ranting about the gaming industry and shitty-ass executives. Though I will note that Severlin is, while, you know, I acknowledge Severlin's limitations, as an exec who's an engineer more than a, you know, he's not in the party of, he's not in the subset of shitty-ass execs. In fact, he is probably one of the execs that I like because he stands by his people. Like... He did something really, really solid, and this was publicly visible, so I don't feel like I'm telling any stories out of school or anything, is our friend MVP is trans, and he had gone to, you know, get surgery for that, and put up a GoFundMe for it, and it was, like, getting toward, like, in the last day of the GoFundMe, and he had only gotten about halfway through his $5,000 goal. And literally in the 11th hour, Elda poked me and said, "Holy crap, take a look at this." And I took a look at that. And what had happened was that Severlin, using his real name, Rob Ciccolini, had dropped the other $2,500 right there. Dude takes care of his people. So I will not say a bad word against Severlin, other than acknowledging the fact that I'd rather talk to Orion when it comes to a dev stream, and that's only because Orion is more in the weeds about what's going on with the game, and I think people respond better to Orion than to Severlin. Because Severlin is very knowledgeable about the overall structure of how things are going and whatnot, but the players tend to want to talk to a developer. They want to talk to somebody like Orion, who's in the weeds about game development and about, my class is having this problem with your skill, and I'm like, yeah, you need to talk to Orion. Why are you bothering asking Severlin? He's not going to know. And so people get dissatisfied when Seb is doing his Q&As because the kind of questions they want answered are ones that he's not going to know about necessarily or understand the nuance of the question because, again, he's got a different focus. But yeah, Rob is an awesome dude. Yeah, and he and his brother wrote a really cool novel, too. And apparently his brother was on an episode of, what was it? Purple Worm Kill Kill Kill. Purple Worm Faster Kill 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 or something like that. I need to go find that and watch it. Because it sounded like it was a lot of fun. But for those who weren't here early on, I was also embarrassing our poor Cordovan recently by he spent the weekend over in Utah at a our good Cordovan is the #2 player in the world of Avian Nights, as evidenced by the fact that he took #2 in their world tournament yesterday. That's why he didn't do Court of the Rings on Saturday or on Friday. And Fridays before, because he was in Utah. So he got invited to his tournament. He played me, his brother, his kiddo, a couple other members of his family, and his lady friend were there in chat, and we were cheering him on. And he did very respectably. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he wasn't. Well, to be fair, he doesn't post on Twitter anymore. He doesn't have a Twitter account anymore. He gave it up. And he wasn't going to post it on the company accounts. But he mentioned in a couple of places. And so some of us were there. I think me and Sky Manic from the Lotro team were both in chat. I saw that he was in chat there for a bit. But just mainly it was a family affair. So it's like, hey, there's Cord's brother. And then somebody logged in on a very suspicious named account, and me as being a moderator, not of the channel, but just a moderator in general, like, is this really his son? And I'm like, and I posted in chat the Twitch emote of Cord's cat, Lizzie. Yes, training video was hilarious. Like he did a little training video, holding a small CRT and running upstairs. Actually, I think it might have been an old MacBook. Take a small monitor and carrying it up the stairs, setting it down, picking it back up, carrying it back. Like a whole Rocky training video with the Rocky music in the background. It was hilarious because Cord is a nerd. He's such a nerd. And so, if you don't know, I mean, Cord. One way to mentioning Cord and retro, and mentioning Atari and retro gaming during Cord's Lotro and DDO streams is a good way to get him sidetracked. Ask him about Pac-Man sometime or Space Invaders. He's gonna have comments to say, but he also doesn't like talking about his he loves talking about it, but he also tries to not get, it's like, I'm working right now. This is the company channel. And that's fair. And I try not to talk about other games when I'm on Lotro stream or DDO stream. But he did very well. He took 2nd place. And there was some, exciting... honestly, I was feeling a little bit... I was really invested in... I wanted him to do well, because, he's my friend and whatnot. So I posted the Twitch emote of his cat in chat, and the person inhabiting the very odd Twitch name mentioned, said, "Oh, Lizzie." So I figured that actually was his kid, and they found out, yes, it was his kid. So my moderator radar went off. I was like, is this actually him? Because there have been people that have been like would try to say, hey, I'm so and so, and you still can't trust it. You always have to confirm through back channels. It's like, is that really your son? But they'll have that up on Alan One Gaming, Alan the number one gaming. You can actually watch the VOD of the, so. And it's not bad. I mean, it was like a cash tournament, so the top 3 places won money. Like the third place got $2,500. Second place, which is what Cord got $5,000, and then first place got $10,000. That was pretty baller. So I made a wisecrack in chat saying, yeah, that's going to buy a lot of Atari cards. All right, we're not turning in the quest. We're going to go find some more missions to do. Hey, it's Galdwin the Stream Bomber. I see you over there. I see you. I see you there. You silly person. All right, I'm actually going to go to Rivendell. I'm going to go do the Further Adventures quest, I think. So in order to get to Rivendell, I am going to go to my house. Galdwin is welcome to Stream Bomb. So again, for folks who weren't here earlier, I spent most of the past 3 days in the evenings doing the I was the digital moot facilitator for Osmoot, which is one of Signum University's usual moots, except it's done in Australia. And it's 3 days long instead of 1, because we're not going to send Corey on a plane for an entire freaking day, both going and another one on the way back, just for him to be there 1 day. So it was a 3-day affair, and we had a lot of fun. And let me check my Wenda Cranes bill. Yeah, we're good. We're definitely good. Let's go to Arvindale. And we're gonna do the Bilbo and the twins missions again. Oh, do I have to turn each one in order to start the next one though? We'll find out. We will find out. Let's go to the stables of Rivendell. Oh, that's right. I can't see another thing why I hate Bear Foreman Bear is that you can't do that. So it's likely that the next housing is going to be Elven, and I, for one, will not be too excited if it's Rivendell.
What can I do for you?
Well, at least they did fix the frequency of this, which this guy actually chucks water at this poor horse. I still feel bad for that poor horse, though. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go over to the house. So, normally I work on Sundays. I took the day off because after spending 3 evenings until 2 a.m. twice and 5 a.m. the other time. And yes, I did not turn in my missions because I'm going to wait until I rack up a whole pile more missions. So we'll see how these missions are going to work with Celebrier. If I can do them back to back without turning them in, that would be amazing. I haven't done these in forever.
Worry for nothing. When we find Bilbo, we will laugh long and well, but not before.
Master Elrond. Oh, Lord Elrond has emerged from his library. Uh-oh. Excuse me? Alright, we're gonna speed demon our way through this because we are bear. We can do this. Glorfindel's on this side of the bridge. Oh, he was chilling on the bridge. Okay. Outside the entrance, and then Glorfindel. So we got Glorfindel. Elder here should be right here. No, I've seen him. Let's go talk to Master Elrond. The main thing is whether or not I could just shotgun them. Or I might have to complete one before two will pop up. That's what I'm concerned about. Alright. No, I have to turn these in before I can do the next one. Well, I don't think we're going to be doing these then. Because the whole point of collecting the missions and then turning them in when I've got an XP booster going, rather than running them sequentially and then whatever. Okay, so I guess what I'm going to do is actually go to... let's go to well, let me actually go to the steep set. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, the steep set. Because I did actually go to the steep set, and unlock the travel point there so I can go there from anywhere. I was on the phone with Dad. What missions are we on now? I was going to do the Bilbo ones, but the way I do missions is that I like to basically collect them all, complete them, but not actually turn them in. So that I can pop an XP booster and then turn them all in one, you know, like boom, 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 boom. It's also really fun for watching the XP bar go gloop. So we're gonna go to the steep set and we're gonna unlock the missions for Gundabad. Because I haven't done that yet on this character. Again with the I need to be in man form. Man, I wish it would let you, like, this is one thing I wish they could bring in from World of Warcraft, honestly. I wish they could do a thing where, like, if you use a stable mount, in WoW's case, Flight Point,
Shall be ours at last.
that you could, like, let's say you're a druid in druid flight form or whatever. That when you take a flight master, it automatically changes you out of your shape form, and you fly as your regular self. But I understand there's tech that would cause that to happen, and Lojo probably doesn't have engineers to make that shit happen. I recall if this is part of it. No, it's not. At least this is quicker on a Bjorning than it is for anybody else, because you can't mount up in here, can you? I don't think you can. At least in this instance space, I don't think you can. We'll find out. Oh, you can ride your goat. Well, there you have it. Well, then I'm gonna ride my goat. How does fast my goat runs at 78%? So that's yeah, whatever. All right. I think it's because I'm not actually in incidents. That's why. Then boar. Not a fan of the boars though. Yeah. Though the Thunderous boar from the Biggie pack of the Gundabad, or was it War on Three Peaks? Whichever, the Fateful Thunder boar has footprints. It's like, oh, this is the first time we've had footprints. And they also had like a thunder sound that when you ride around on it, it makes this thunder sound. It's cool. That's why I was kind of glad that we got the blue footprints for the Tidebreakers mount for the Biggie version of Corsairs. And I found out that you can have those footprints on your war steeds as well. As long as you equip the shin things, the things for above their hocks. Alright, you gotta talk to the quartermaster next to Prince Ingor. And no, burglar safe ball will not protect you if you jump off of that. Ask me how I know. Yes, I did it just for science's sake. So another game I've been playing recently is called Eco. It's kind of like Minecraft in terms of the building. Something a little bit better than Minecraft in terms of the graphics. Though you still have like the same block size things. The actual blocks in Eco look a lot better. I mean, the graphics quality is not pixel art, basically. And there's a super duper robust economy in the game. It's insanely detailed. And the game's name Eco could refer to both the economy and also ecology.
This home must be a place of beauty, restored to the shining beacon it once was.
Alright. Let's go bear. I want to go bar. Fine, we'll go burr. Honestly, I don't think my bear is actually any quicker than the human, since I will be in combat a lot. Rawr. And another game I'm actually really interested in is Enshrouded. Devilor was streaming it last night and the past couple nights actually with Sloot and a couple other folks. And it looked really good. It had a lot of elements, a few elements that I had seen in Landmark, the whole ability to build and also, you know, work through the landscape. So I think I'll probably pick that up next payday and have a go at it. But nothing has ever been the same as Landmark, and that's kind of unfortunate. So Landmark was basically going to be, is all the building tools that the dev team was using for EverQuest and X, but put in the player's hands, and that was really good. And I know somebody is actually trying to work on making Landmark work in an emulator form. Not to start a private server or anything like that, but to basically see if he can get the game to work so people can, you know, fuck around with us some more. Alright, I need some rats. And the rats are over this way. I'm gonna stand in the fire. I will walk through the fire. I only did 1 point of damage, so. It's not like jumping in lava in DDO's Hardcore League. Meow. We have a special guest. Come here. You get a bird? Gotta wait for Kill him to get back. Hey, thief. He is made of warm. What you doing, thief? I can fight one-handed, so I can hold the thiefy cat. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's a very sleepy kitty. Literally bees plus auto attack. No, don't go away before Kill Him gets back here. Kill Him gonna be mad he missed Thief Kitty. There you go. There we go. You can go now. Kill Him has seen you. You have paid the cat tax. Oh, you didn't know that you had to pay the cat tax. Oh. Right, you wanna go? You wanna go? It is not food time for you, though. No. No, it isn't. Honestly, it's quicker for me to kill these things by hitting them with bees. And auto attack. Literally, bees plus auto attack is faster than me button mashing. Ow! Alright. One thing I want to check, where are we on our reward track? Ooh, we're already up to 60. That's nice. Almost done with 60, so we're almost 3. We've only done 1 full slate of things. That's pretty good, actually. So I did the math. If we go over the next 16 days, and I do 3 levels on the track per day, I can get it done. But I don't want to. Honestly, I don't want to just do 3 per day. I want to really just get this done as quickly as possible, so that I don't have to keep doing it. So I want to do other things. I'll play other games. I still will be playing. Like, I'll be on DDO stream doing DDO stuff, and also. Fun fact, not only did I get my hardcore character to level 20, and to get her red and gold and white pony there, with the 3,000 favor reward, yeah, cloak for getting level 20, is I also got my Dragonborn Paladin to level cap. To be fair, she went from level 20 to 29 because I had, when they had special autos boxes of it. Well, they're all basically the DDO version of a Valar is called an autos box, and there is one called an improved epic autos box. So once the character hit 20, I then use the improved epic box with an XP booster going, and the fact that I'm VIP over there. I don't have a lifer DDO account. Maybe I should ask Cord. Hey Cord, can I have a lifer account, please? But I don't mind paying him $15 a month, honestly. Play that game well often enough to make it worth it. But it got her to level 29, or just shy of 29. Yeah, I think she was like level 28. Yeah, she got to like level 28 and a half. So it was no big deal to get her to 29. And I was actually running on level 32 quests with that character, so that character's pretty strong. It was good times. And now I just need to go grind, grind some content. I might run some Ravenloft with her tonight. Maybe my next quest is the first Castle Ravenloft quest, which is a little bit of an adventure, but I think that character will do fine with it. Because honestly, she would have been able to do the quest under level because it's such a powerful build. And when she hit level 29, she's got a really amazing weapon. The legendary Echo of the Black Razor, which is like a real powerful weapon for its kind. Gosh. Still haven't gotten a sentient jewel for it though yet. I really need to do that too. And I should probably... Okay. One thing I can do, or that I want to do, is I haven't decided which sentient jewel to put in her weapon. I have several choices already on hand. And I am 3 Vistani totems away from having enough currency to buy the one that Cordovan voiced. And the sentient jewel is called the Jewel of the Timid. So the voice that he's acting out, the character he's acting out, is a bit of a chicken shit, a bit of a coward. It's like, you know, now it's time to retire. You know, now that we completed this quest, now it's time to retire as an adventurer. You know, that kind of thing. It's like, ouch, don't hit me. Don't use me to hit other things. Or apologizing to other people as you're hitting them. I didn't mean it. Can't help it. You know, that kind of thing. But there's actually a website that has the voices of all of the sentient jewels available to listen to. So if you ever want to hear what that character sounds or what any of the other sentient jewels sound, there's one that actually matches this special Black Razor LI or weapon. Well, sentient weapons over there are kind of like our allies in that they're customizable, except they have voices if you put a jewel in them. Because the jewel is what's sentient, not the weapon itself. I don't want to talk to you yet. I want to click the little box. And there's one that's fairly rare. You can only get it in one. Like the Black Razor one and 2 other ones can only be acquired by going to a quest called the White Plume Mountain, based on the classic module. And that's where the sword comes from as well. But the sword's jewel, the legendary or the sentient gem or jewel of Black Razor, is very much like an evil entity that wants to feed, because it's part of the whole Black Razor thing. But it doesn't really fit my character. I see you there. Alright, I don't want to take the quest from her, because the quests are in my way. So I need to talk to Prince Ingor.
Good work.
Hey, I get my journey to Vernazal. Don't I? Oh, it happened automatically. Never mind. It's right here. Ooh, I got 2 of those. That's... I'm gonna hang on to those. What about a hat? Where did I get a hat from? Why did I get an agility hat? A 144? It's dyed arid low and blue, people! Oh, look at that! Look at that. That's actually... That looks very medieval. Proper medieval armor. You forgot to pick up the daily? Whoops! Welp. I'm gonna go pick up the daily too. Okay, so now I can do missions with Alisma and Horin. But I'm gonna get the daily from Zova, which should now be available. There we go. Missions of
For the
Gundaba.
Jelruka.
We will do your
For
missions.
the Jelruka.
Alright. My main has actually maxed out the allegiance with these guys, so.
There is much to be done, and little time to talk.
Alright, let's do it! Oh, what's this one?
It is hopeless.
Oh, I don't like this one. But we got it. I got to do the drinking with the goblins one last night. That was fun. Alright, where are they attacking? Yeah, this is the one I definitely want to be in bear form the whole time, so I can use the bear form to run back and forth. Get your ass back here. Alright, and then I can use bear form to hustle between the points. Alright. So I do know that they use a similar, if not the exact same, VFX for a specific thing in DDO. If you play a Blightcaster Druid, you get an insect swarm that flies around you if you choose the Hive Keeper form. Go through 2 of the 4 till Omen Skirm. Randomly realized didn't pick up a question. Not a whoopsie doodle. Yeah, I didn't do anything with the with this Ill Omens event. There wasn't anything I wanted from it. I think Orion said in his thing that they will be doing it to where you'll still be able to get the cloaks later on or something, so I didn't really care about getting the new cloak. Don't know if my I don't see my healing helping the dwarves here, though. Got a cloaks for Kiki and Mari, but that was it. Now we do only get tokens on that. Yeah, I didn't really care too much about the pets. I mean, there was one I kind of liked, but I wasn't as fussed about it. Just you lost 4 dwarves. Well, that's okay as long as some dwarves survived. You, basically, as long as you don't lose 6 dwarves, then you're fine. Anybody going on up there? Don't see anything there. Don't see anything there. How y'all doing here? Yeah, I can't heal them using my raid, because we're not in a raid, of course. At least I can get you back to full health. You're fine. You need some health, though. You good? You really need some help. I don't have any wrath for you. Sorry, bud. And then you have to use man form to relight the fires. Oh no, both of them died. Well. Oh well. Oh no, I've lost... No! Lost them both up here. I might fail. Okay, so both dwarves here are dead. Oh shit. I lost 5. Where's my last dwarf? He's down here. Oh, I failed. Failed the mission. Oh shit. So I think what you really need to do in this particular mission is just focus on 2 of them. Or just focus on one particular place. Let's try it again. And just keep those 2 dudes alive.
By my father, this is a sad day.
So I think probably I'm gonna try to keep these 2 alive. I don't know. Maybe it's the class that I'm playing, or I don't know. Maybe these 2 will do. Alright, how are you doing? You're okay. You could use a little bit of help. Okay. Yeah, one of the ones up there. Thing is, the dragons will stay up there, so I think I'm just gonna let them stay up there. Yeah, both of the ones up there are gone. And this one's gonna fall, so I'm just gonna keep these 2 going. I mean, I've never really had a problem doing this on my champion. Maybe my champion is doing more damage than this one is. I don't know. Alright, both dwarves. Basically, I need to keep these 2 alive for sure. The hardest part is going to be keeping my wrath going, because I'm not very well versed at that sort of thing. Well, I didn't mean to use that skill, but hey, whatever. There we go. So it's fortunate that the drakes from the other ones, they're just sitting there minding their own beeswax. So I can hold out here. So I'm not gonna worry about the fires, and well, this one here I'm gonna worry about in a second. I'll take care of it in a minute. Get this. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And also, if I do the, keep the thing aggroed on me, they'll take less damage. We can do this. We can do this. How you doing? Alright, you need a little help. You're okay for now. Come play with the big old bear. Come on, come play with the big old bear. Honestly, I should probably stay in human form, because I'm generating a lot more wrath that way. Yeah, everything's adding to my wrath, so... Yeah, I'm gonna do that and just heal them from human form. Come play with the person with the bow. Come on, come on, come on. Have some bees. Oh god, bees! So I'm not doing as much damage as I would do. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. But I will be able to keep us alive better. 2 more minutes! 2-minute warning! Like this is football! Oh god, bees. I think I actually might have a Blightcaster on Orion named Oh God Bees. Also have to keep a vague eye to see when my friend Josh Keaton might be streaming. Looks like Greg Weisman finally got his freaking Twitter account back. My god. That poor guy. Alright, how are you doing? You're okay. You're okay. Good, good. Just a few more seconds. Oh, it's a biggie. Ow, stop it. And you're down. So yeah, I think this is really what you need to do with this particular one. Is if you don't have the people, like you're not running missions in groups or anything. Oh, hey, I get to loot the corpse. That's unusual. And so now basically, those two are going to be safe up there. And now I can just go, well, we're just going to have to go ham on these guys. You still have to kill all of the remaining baddies. Look at those big yellow numbers all over the place. Oh crap, I'm gonna die. I got heals, I got heals. Honestly, I got heals. Okay, let's not be overconfident, kids. I'm gonna stand back here and just heal myself a lot. Alright, let's go. Okay. Alright, almost done. Oh. Interesting. I should have probably used those on those dudes. Okay. I'm gonna let my... Let's see what else we got going on here. Holding roar. I should probably keep an eye on bracing roar as well. Alright, now we need to do the last bunch. So that's the other thing. You still have to fight off all of the rest of the drakes. So this is going to be an adventure. Let's go. And looks like there's 5 of them. Alright. Grass back here. We have done it! Well, that was fun. So, I guess, yes, keeping all the dudes alive is important. But you also need to be able to then fend off the dragons you didn't kill because the dudes were dead. Where is Horn? There's Horn. That's right, Thorghast. I need to talk to Thorghast. There we go. Who are you? I don't know who you are, and which tweet are you responding to? I'm very puzzled by that tweet. I don't know who that person is. They say, I'm so glad you're feeling better. I'm like, what? I didn't say I wasn't feeling bad. I'm very confused. I mean, ideally you'd want to have 3 people on that mission. Alright, Horan, do you have anything else for me?
Put your back to the past and
No.
to the wind.
Alright, Alisma got
You
all the
need
goodies for us.
something.
I love Alisma, she's cool. Alright. So that's definitely a tougher mission. Pile of boulders. Ay, ay, ay. Again, I hate things that require human form. I've destroyed your piles of boulders. Hi. They knock me down, but I get up again. I wonder how the mission would be if it were done in a as a delving. Oh my god, can you imagine the insanity of malices and shit? Well, this oh, I thought that was an actual name. Grim whatever. Grimcletar. Ow. You fell anyway because I put a bleed on you. Let me get your little dragon, too. And let me beat up your pile of boulders. We're gonna sour their soup? Man, we're so mean. already in use. The game, it be lagging a little bit. What I want to know is how the hell can even an empty cauldron be supported by such a weak-ass stick? It looks like stick and not like a... Well, it might be a bit of, like, metal. Like an iron bar or something. But even so, this... First of all, wait a minute. Hold up, Standing Stone. Hold the fuck up. Hashtag blame scenario. Are you all seeing what I'm seeing here? How they're managing to do this stew? It's not the actual stew. The plate. The plate is one of the Gondorian wedding plates. Yes, Eglinell, that's exactly what that shit is. Hashtag blame scenario. Well, I'm not gonna actually, you know, I'm not gonna blame scenario because he probably didn't build this space. Whoever designed this quest space and made those things. But yeah, it's from a Midsummer Gondorian food plate. Hold up. I was like, wait a minute. I wasn't expecting to see that. I was expecting to see an empty, honestly, an empty thing. They're not lazy. Get the fuck out of my channel if you're gonna call the devs lazy. I'm serious. They are not lazy. They're the least lazy devs I know. Anyone who calls a game developer lazy has no fucking clue what they're talking about. Even as a joke, I don't appreciate it, and I do not want to hear it in my channel ever again. It is one thing I will not have any patience or tolerance for. I don't even care if it was said as a joke. There's 2 more of the soups that I need. One of the things I think they need to do for missions is to set up the tech so that the scout leading you out of the area, oops, that's the same one I did, always appears where you are, regardless of where you are in the mission space. That would be so nice. We need 1 more cauldron. And we've been through the entire space though. Where did I miss the cauldron? Oh, there would be where I missed the cauldron. Still, that's kind of funny. That is kind of funny. Alright, now to find... Yeah, you should return to the entrance of the dungeon. I think they should definitely not make it so you have to go back to the entrance of a dungeon. Yay, I get my little box. Take me back to the halls of Matugard. Okay, Alisman, what you got for me next?
Never underestimate the enemy.
Alrighty. Do 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 do. Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum. Wait for things to load in. Or just go kill Iron Crown Sentinels because they're fun to kill. Alright. I think I've done this one before. Oh, I have done this one before. It's not one that I've done often, though. And notice how we get the effect of the new water. Honestly, it does look like a paint by numbers now. But, yes, we get the effects of the new water. It's one thing I will always rave about, how awesome is all the new water. The new water effects that we get all over the game. But particularly in... Yeah, I was doing some stuff in Umbar recently on an alt. And once again, marveling about how awesome the waves are. Actually, was it? No, it wasn't this character. It was a different one. Alright, gonna go for about another half hour, and then I'm gonna go get supper. And then I'm gonna be continuing to ply my way through missions on this character until I get them all done. Alright, the commander gives dudes shields if they're close to them. The sentinel, however, is outside their sphere of influence, So, bwahaha, your commander does you no good. Now, how much you want to bet Scenario wishes he had his little mud puddles from Umbar to put in place of those little puddles there? Come on, game, stop lagging. You will fall on top of your buddies. Don't know why I made a bear growl whilst using my man form heal. Alright, I'm gonna secure it in a minute. I want to get the stolen supplies first. Yeah, I see you two hooligans over there. Hi guys, how you doing? I'm sure if Devilor is streaming tonight, you'll find me in his Twitch channel hanging out. Also, I believe Space Padre, aka Josh Keaton, the King of Stormwind, in somewhat absentia, would probably also be in his channel too. Hanging out and chilling. Alright, let's get the commander first. Ease. Can't wait till this falls off. I could probably cleanse it a different way. I don't know if I have anything that can cleanse it off the top of my head. Not gonna worry about it too much because I'm not in a place where frost is a big deal right now. Sneak, 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 sneak. Come here, you. One of the other things I'm gonna do when I'm not time crunched is to go back into DDO and start farming gear for my Dragonborn Paladin. That should be fun. You're still in his influence. Alright, I want to pull her because she's a healer. Oh god, bees! Requires human form. Oh, I hates it. Oh, I hates it a lot. Alright. Northern Gate. A few more supplies. Supplies here, supplies there. This time we're gonna go for the commander first. Let's give him some bees. You fell down, go boom. Need that. Alright, let me go find. There we go, the 2 more supplies I needed. You know what? This dude's here, we're gonna kill him anyway, and then we'll secure the gate, and then we'll probably have to fight off a counterattack as usual. Or fight off a counterattack anyway. Hi, guys. Have some bees! Chicken! Book, 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 book! Wanna come back here? Wanna come back here? So there. And Owlsma just magically sends a dwarf down this weird path. I don't know how that happens. Alright, let us go. Bum, bum, bum. Clearing a path.
Live or die. I shall not be a prisoner again.
Nor should you be. I like this one because it's pretty. And anytime they have like the crystals underground, it's pretty. I'm gonna give bees. Somehow bees can affect stone. If you didn't know they do. Ooh, I'll crash. I haven't done this one too often. I have done it before though. Or using the same model as... How long is this gonna take? 37 minutes before it goes away. I remember trying to do this one on my warden and it was not fun. Well, I didn't find it very fun at all. Rawr. Or... So I wonder who in the AFC is going to the Super Bowl. I think it was Chiefs Ravens first today. And then we've got the Niners and the Lions. I don't want to say who I favor, because I don't really care about any of the teams. My team got knocked out by the Chiefs, so. And by my team, it's like my nostalgia team. If they do well, they do well. And ironically, I like the Bills because their quarterback is named Josh Allen, and of course my friend Devlor is also Josh Allen, and I always find that terribly amusing. Though Buffalo could stand to stop hiring shitty kickers. Holy crap. That's like the Buffalo curse. Is like they always keep hiring shitty kickers. I mean, they got to the Super Bowl how many times? And like the first time they were there, they lost because of Scott Norwood. The fact that I remember the name of that kicker is pretty bad. And they've lost a few games since then. They're like important games because of bad field goal at the end. Kinda sucks. So they gotta stop hiring bad kickers. Still feeling a little bit hungry because all I've had today was a breakfast sandwich, so I probably should do something about that soon. And yes, it's still gonna be breakfast afterwards because I think dinner is going to be egg and bacon sandwich on toast. But the big question is mayo or butter? Because normally if I have just a bacon sandwich, I'm going to put mayo on the toast. But if I'm doing an egg sandwich on toast, I generally do butter on the toast. I mean, I suppose I could do butter, well, margarine. Do butter on one but that seems weird to have both flavors, bacon and, or, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, just need to get back to the entrance. And again, that's something else this is not that great on. It's showing you where you can get the hell out of here. But I think I got lucky in that I went all the way around and wound up being fortunately near where the entrance was anyway. Alright. 15 minutes. And then you can all get back to your lives. Thief Kitty will get his second meal of the day. Thief Kitty generally gets fed 3 times a day now. It used to be 2, now it's 3.
Do you need something?
Because he's a skinny boy and needs to be fattened up a little bit. Let's do this next mission. Alright. Oh, hey, we're in the Welkin Lost for the first time. I didn't go... I think actually I leveled this character to cap by doing this, by running missions. It doesn't... Maybe, maybe not. Oh! I love the sound of these things when I'm hitting them. It doesn't sound like the sound I would expect for them, honestly. And I do love the textures of the blue rock in the, basically, the blue rock faces in the Crystal Matrix. I don't know what you call it. I'm not a geologist! Oh! I don't even have to kill these other wargs. It's the crystals themselves and then the big boy, Ramshar. Though you can get a crystal encrusted warg appearance if you play PvMP. And are playing a warg on the creep side. Though it has more of a white hide. When I went and tested it on Bull Roar, I had a white hide. Or than a pink hide. The crystals were still pink. Alright. Alright, let's get you. I don't think I'll get to bed early tonight, which is going to be a shame because I probably need to sleep, but I will have to work tomorrow. I have to get back to training my new trainee tomorrow. She's really cool. She is a gamer of some sort. Like, she plays stuff with her husband and her kiddo. And she seemed quite fun, and was picking up everything pretty quickly. See, part of the difficulty of the job that we have is that it assumes that our technical support people have some basic technical knowledge going into the job, and a couple of our trainees in the past did not have that technical knowledge. I mean, we're talking like, what's an HDMI cable? Or what's an audio cable? You know, some pretty basic technical support stuff. And like, one of the other ones, I had to explain to her what a VGA cable was. Like, there's a new one, I don't think I'll have to teach her how to do basic troubleshooting. Like, how do you troubleshoot something? Well, I mean, the first joke is obviously, you know, did you turn it on and turn it back off? But that's not actually too inaccurate from what you should do first. Alright, I need one more corrupted crystal. Right, here we go. Alright, let's go find the big boy. I think he's down this way. Yeah. are. Alright, regroup near the entrance. So I really do like this space in here. It's really fascinating. Again, I do like the waterfall. They're just random ass waterfall in the middle of the room. I wouldn't try to jump down there. I don't think you can, but I think you do. If you do, you die. Because there's no way to get back up. So don't do it. Don't see if Scenario put invisible walls. Speaking of invisible walls and Scenario, a few of us complained about the invisible walls in Morlod. In the Blackroot Vale, in both OG and KG, King's Gondor, or Blackroot Vale. I feel so proud that we let him know, hey, you know, we didn't like this. He apparently wasn't the one who built it, because I think it was made when he wasn't on the team. Okay. I think I have one more quest with Aosimo. That might be the last one I do here.
Live or die. I shall not be a prisoner again.
And then I'm going to go over to Erebor and do those missions. And then go... I might actually... The Erebor ones are fun. The ones that are not Corfu are also quite fun. And actually these two are the ones who give them to you. We'll see. I think the ones in Erebor are the quickest ones to get through, though. Okay, we got them all. Let's do this one. Travel now. But that'll be for after supper. Drake track. Big dragon paw. That's one thing that's unfortunate about missions, is it always takes a little bit for the mobs to spawn in. Splut. Of course, being the high Cinder Grot. For once, Mozart the traitor led rebellion against Durin the Deathless, the OG Durin. I thought the story of Durin and Mozart was actually really well done. I mean, I'm not a dwarf main, I'm an elf main. And so I don't really care too much one way or the other about dwarf content. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. But I had to say this when I played through the Epic in Gundabad, is that Maid of Lions made me care about dwarves. It was a really well told story. And the fact that you can get somebody who really doesn't care too much about dwarf content one way or the other, to actually care about dwarf content for a few minutes was actually quite impressive. It takes some doing to make that happen. I need to investigate this track, so you need to die. Let's get out of the puddle. The non-puddle puddle. So what's everybody else having for supper tonight, huh? Or for those of you who are way past your bedtime, Galdwin, what did you have for supper? Also, I should note, Galdwin, that one of the interesting and fun things about Osmoot that we just had is that we had morning and afternoon tea as part of the official schedule. We had cottage pie. Cottage pie is so good, isn't it? If it's made well. It's made even halfway decently, it's still good. Yep, we had proper tea scheduled in the thing. And none of this tea microwaved. There was an actual kettle, the whole 9 yards, and cakes, probably a few scones. The Aussies know how to do things, that's for sure. Yeah, there's none of this bullshit American. So you saw that thing recently where I'm not sure the provenance of it, where some professor or something said that you should put salt in your tea, and I'm like, what the fuck? No. And then the U.S. Embassy in the UK, I think it was. And again, I don't know for sure if this was actually on the website. I need to go find it. Made a thing basically denouncing that particular professor's thing. Is like, no, we don't put salt in it. We stand together with our allies. We, support tea, blah, blah, blah. We don't put salt in it. We microwave our tea as is proper. I'm like, whoa! Like, do you want to start an international incident? Because that's how you start an international incident. Salt in the tea is out of box. I don't honestly know the original reference, but some professor put up some video that went viral about how you should put salt in your tea. And I'm like, what the fuck are you actually... What were you smoking there in your ivory tower there, Mr. or Ms. Professor? Alright, I need a track. I'm gonna kill this whelpling over here. Because there's a track over there. I'm deliberately standing in the stupid because it's fun. Didn't matter. Speaking of Boston, PAX East is coming up in March. I plan on being there as a media person slash content creator. I was given a media badge again. Holly Katie, hello, welcome. And just a FYI, we are on the end of our stream time. It's been 3 hours. And I need to finish this mission and then I'm going to call it so I can go make supper. Cause my tummy be rumbling. But anyway, back to PAX East. I believe Standing Stone will have some kind of presence there. It seemed to imply that DDO was going to be doing another panel, but I haven't seen the schedule yet, so I don't know whether that's accurate or not. Because that's actually where the Catastrophe Dungeon in DDO, the cute Kitty Dragon Dungeon, came about, is because they did a whole panel about how they make dungeons in DDO, and then they made No Bob Make a Dungeon, and it was cute and fun. But one of the DDO streamers is trying to organize a mini golf outing. And short of that, the possibility of doing like a DDO streamer hot tub thing or something. Which Cordo has agreed to be part of that, if that happens. He said he's not going to take his shirt off, which is good. You know, you don't have to if you don't want to. So he's setting boundaries. But apparently that's going to be a thing. DDO streamers in the hot tub. Streaming from the hot tub, so the idea is to be doing like a hot tub, pools, and saunas stream. And so I'll probably be present. And because it is Massachusetts, I'm definitely not going to participate in the actual hot tub because I'm not a fucking idiot. And if it's not in my specific hotel, so I'd have to go outside after a hot tub. Yeah, not happening. Not in Michigan in March, or not Massachusetts in March. That's the good way to get sick and have it not be the Rona. The Chiefs won. You only know because the Taylor Swift fan you follow on Twitter has gone crazy. Yeah. The best thing, honestly, the best thing about the Chiefs still being in it is the simple fact that all the dude bros are so fucking pissed off about Taylor Swift. And it's so much fun watching them go completely mental. And so they keep hearing about Taylor Swift all the damn time. I just find it the most hilarious thing ever. So the Ravens are out. And unfortunately, I really don't give a shit about another Chiefs Super Bowl because they've already won the Super Bowl. They don't need another one anytime soon. So now it's going to be up to see who they're going to play, whether it's going to be the Niners or the Lions. I have a preference in that, and let's just say I prefer the one that's in my time zone. And also, one of the main reasons why I want them to win is because they haven't been in this big party for a long time. So, a little bit of Cinderella story stuff going on here. And I need another Drake track somewhere. I must have missed one somewhere in the back here. So, we'll go looking for another Drake track. But yeah, if the other team wins, it's gonna be two teams that are always winning, and that, to me, that's boring. It's like, whatever, I don't care. What I should do is turn on my nameplates. That might help. Missing a Drake track somewhere, kids. If you see one, shout it. Maybe there was one over here. I can't jump over there. Hopefully I can jump back up. Let me back up. Okay, game, stop running ahead when I stop holding down the button to run ahead. I like doing jumping puzzles in DDO. Y'all think we've got bad jumping puzzles in Lotro? We ain't got bad jumping puzzles in Lotro. DDO has us beat. What thief? I think thief wants supper. Holly Kitty has a cup of tea with carrot mini cake. That sounds delightful, actually. Alright, I'm looking for a Drake track. As opposed to looking for a Drake track by, you know, the recording. Oh, here we go. By the recording artist. And this would be a great case for having the mission ending person appearing where you are. Oh, but now I need to destroy the matron's nest. Jesus. I need to run all the way back down there. Well, we're going to do it the Bjorning way. Wow. Bouncy, bouncy. Meow. He is meowing because he wants his supper. It's 6:30. I understand his feelings. Meow, meow, meow. Alright, there we go. It wasn't there when we were here earlier. And I need to be in human form to destroy it. Go figure. So I imagine she's going to pop in here. We're going to have to kick her ass. Yep. Called it. Only got that frost mitigation debuff off of me. And she did. Alright. Talk to Owsma. Alright, we have completed all of the missions for here. Zippo. True story, the Zippo lighter factory lives in a town called Bradford, Pennsylvania. I used to live there a long time ago. So, Anakufru or Akrazahar. I think I'm going to go to Anakufru. Corfu. So those quests, those ones take a little bit longer, honestly. And the run back is a little bit longer as well. I saw Fitzwilliam yesterday. Kin of the Cave Bear. I wonder if they read Gina O's books, Clan of the Cave Bear, which, if you were of a certain age and you read those books, you learned a lot about adult topics, shall we say. Anyhow, I'm going to get out of here because I need to go eat supper. Alright, I will be back on DDO stream on Thursday. Okay. I actually need to talk to my boss tomorrow. It's possible I may have to change my DDO stream time, or day and time. Because he wants me to work Monday to Friday. I will not work on Friday. I will give him Thursday, so I might have to change that. So, if I have to change my DDO stream day and time, I will let everybody know. But I will be on Locher stream on Friday at 3, because Corey will be back. Then I should be able to stream on Saturday as usual. Yay! I'm gonna go have fun. Anyway, y'all be good. If you can't be good, be good at it. And I will talk to you all later. Alright? Bye now. If the thing wants to do the thing, which apparently doesn't want to do the thing. Come on, you. Apparently XSplit wants to be a butthead, so let's see if I can get XSplit. It's not responding. Very nice of it. We'll give it a moment to think about it. Apparently it doesn't want to actually shut down, so it looks like I'm going to have to crash it the hard way. So I will talk to y'all later. Oh, Kroshnak. No, don't raid now. I was just going to get supper. Aw. Sorry about this, but I gotta get it. I gotta go feed my cat. So y'all be good. If you can't be good at it. And I'm so sorry my XSplit is butthead. Bye now. I'm gonna have to actually crash it out of the task manager, which sucks. I'm actually starting to think that I might want to switch over to OBS like everybody else uses, but I do have a lifetime subscription or license to XSplit, so I kind of don't want to give it up, but it is what it is. So anyhow,